Welcome, jewelers. Welcome all to another episode of Thank God It's Today. We got my brother T-Heat in the house. My name's Mega. This is the Jewelers Crypto Guild. T-Heat, how are you doing, brother?
Yo, what's up, brother? Thank God it's today, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. I see that you got that first round bye in this Patroller tournament, so blessed to be you as well.
Yes, sir. We're going to showcase one of those games of the new Patrollers tournament. There are a few things we're going to go over tonight. We're going to showcase some gameplay, and then we're going to talk amongst ourselves as well, just in regards to some updates amongst the kingdom. Let me know, chat, how that volume is doing. What's good, Sticks Intern? What's good? It's T in there in the chat.
That's me.
I thought it was
That's me.
But we got Slick Bruss and Copper going up against each other here. T, tournament play has been very, very fun as of late for myself. How about yourself? How have you been doing?
Man, I've had a mild success, I'd say. I mean, yesterday, as Sticks Intern points out in the chat, I had a little bit of success. Beat him, beat you, lost in the finals. Unfortunately, could not bring home that chest, but still a good night, winning some money and getting myself a nice Weekend Warriors token. So happy about that, man. But to be honest with you, a couple of them that I've wanted to play in this week that I thought I had really good teams for didn't make. So that's a bummer when that happens.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of the biggest pain points thus far within tournament play. Some great suggestions in the Discord and such in regards to, like, just more broken down gameplay. But the team's dealing with what they got here. You know, the system's in place, and we're using it. It's a lot of fun. But, yeah, that one battle against me and you, that was fun stuff. You got the best of me there. Your team was pretty strong.
Man.
What was that, 15s?
Yeah, that was 15s. Dark summons, no other restrictions, I don't believe.
Okay.
And yeah, man, that's probably my best team right there. I was running a Zerker, Seer, Knight combo, and I got lucky against you, man. I rewatched because I didn't watch it while I was playing, but I rewatched Sticks Intern stream from last night. And yeah, it was pretty wild on that tomatoes because I thought you had me. I was messaging you on Discord. Good game, you got me. Well played. And then out of nowhere, yeah, I snuck out the victory.
Yeah, that was insane. Maybe if we have time, we'll showcase that game because that was a lot of fun. The only thing is, without watching it live in real time, you kind of miss some of that effect of the tomatoes and how it comes. You know, just be based on the playback, but. This one is interesting, T. This one's 3 to 5, I believe, on the levels. Only 8 teams max, so it was able to fill with only 5 teams. I thought it wasn't going to fill and we were just going to have a normal show. But I definitely wanted to put the gameplay up here. But this is 3 to 5, so you really only get 2 abilities per hero. So interesting stuff. Right. How do you feel about lower level combat thus far?
You know, I've participated in a little bit of lower level combat, and there's one of the patrollers that I actually had success with because of the stat limits. I ran at the time it was whenever you could still do 4 through 6 instead of this new 3 to 5, and I was running a level 5, which to your point is meaning I was leaving one of those the next tier of skills at home because you get that at 6. So. But I had success in that. It was just a good comp, and I just got kind of lucky there. And so I kind of enjoy them. It's a little bit easier to win, a little bit simpler gameplay. I do have thoughts, though, on how they could maybe continue to make them better. But I like the direction the team's going. They're reducing the size of these tournaments a little bit. They also introduced, not to jump ahead at anything, but they also introduced just last night the idea of the consolation bracket or consolation tournament, I guess.
Right.
Which is cool. I like that too. So they're trying to do what they can and as quickly as they can to make this an even better system for everyone, which is what people are kind of screaming for.
Yeah, that's the goal, man. I mean, that's ultimately goal, and the team is listening. I think the team is getting a lot of feedback in multiple directions. So at the end of the day, somebody's going to be unhappy on either side of the fence. Um, yeah, SI comments on the bandana. Those patrols items look fucking sick, bro.
Dude,
I love to see it.
love it.
The
Yeah.
crab, I mean the crab cudgel or whatever. That's
I
pretty
love the
sharp.
Octa hood. I
Oh,
don't think you can use that. I think that's a level 6, and these are
ooh,
level
is it
5.
6? Okay. What's
Yeah,
interesting is the staff is able to be used. That snake or
that's a level 4.
serpent staff. 4. Interesting.
Yeah,
I need to get
yeah.
hip to some of these lower level stuff. But what's good,
Ac-
Worm? What's good, Sergeant? As well. What were you gonna say, T?
yes, sir. No, actually, man, I was stimulating the economy and actually bought 2 of those off the market because I never do the level 1 deals, but they were pretty cheap. I bought them off YGG people. You know, I was like, okay, let's throw them a bone here, man. They're out there patrolling. Let's reward them for some of this loot. But,
Yeah, that's a good point. Me myself, I might have to be shopping here soon. In all honesty, because I don't have any 5s like specialty equipment. You know what I mean? I just got that base gold vendor
right.
stuff from over in Crystal Vale. So
Those
yeah.
stats are kind of sweet. They increase your healing potential, which I mean, you don't even get that on the gore staff technically.
Is it this
So
one?
yeah,
Corrupted staff, block chance, spell block chance. Damn, healing potency and magical damage. I might be hunting for this one.
right.
That's pretty cool stuff. So there, I missed a majority of the AMA today, TE. A good bit of it. However, I did hear some rumblings about agility and just their thoughts. And firstly, I just want to get your thoughts, T. Where do you stand? Overall metas. If we need to talk specifics, let's talk 20s, 15s. I feel like those are the same gameplay because you get that full tier of abilities.
Right.
Where do you stand on balance? just so we could get our bias aside and our opinions.
Man, I mean, overall, I think it's no surprise to me that speed meta is obviously huge, which makes sense. It's going to be huge no matter what they do because at the end of the day, having more turns is putting yourself in a more advantageous position, or having your turns come around more frequently. It just is better for you. So I mean, they did talk a little bit about that, not to dive into it, but they said maybe they will tweak it. They'll always going to consider it, but so far they think the data, maybe too small a sample size, inconclusive. So I don't have any problems with the speed part of it. I mean, maybe individual. I think my problems with the speed is like it seems to affect individual classes more than others, such as like a berserker. You have to take an axe, which is automatically 15% speed decrease, right?
Right.
And you see people leaning into the daggers pretty heavy on warriors too. So
yeah,
which is that speed increase.
Yeah,
so
for sure. One thing I'll say on just that items topic, because I think that's great that you had it there, is the fact that there is that trade-off, because I used dagger out in, what was it, 10s today, I believe, and the damage trade-off you miss just from going dagger to goreblade, yeah, you get agility boost, of course, but you miss a lot of damage, even in those whirlwind, those AoEs. So the trade-off is there. I personally, going back to the agility thing, I don't see a problem with it because it is a lot of RNG. You had to build the heroes. You had to probably put the stats where they needed to go. And, if you're getting rewarded for building a hero, quote unquote, right, hey, I got to give you props, and that just kind of shows the path to the successful team.
I mean, personally, I've built a couple like archer and a warrior specifically for speed. And I mean, I achieved the goal very well for where they're at right now. Definitely good adu on both. But you can definitely tell it's lacking in other areas, which is exactly the point that Winston kind of brought up, is that, it's a trade-off because you could only pick 3 stats. You can only pick 1 crystal. You can only pick 1 stone to begin with. So it just depends on how you want to build your team. And it truly does matter. Like, you can't go in with 3 slow heroes. You could maybe get by with 1 fast hero, 2 slow hero, or something like that. But you have to think about all of those aspects, which does make the game more fun and challenging, complex, all of those great things.
Yeah, and it kind of does give a definite, path, if you will, to, okay, you want to at least compete and, have a greater chance than average. That's probably the route you'd want to go if you're building from scratch, if you're taking all aspects of the game into account and kind of doing the full game loop, summoning, leveling them up and all that good stuff. just really that summoning part of the game loop, I guess. But it still applies to a lot of things and kind of wraps that whole ecosystem circle back around. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, me myself, I haven't gone out and built many level 20s and re-rolled them. Right now, my heroes just unfortunately can't compete with the top of the top teams. You know what I mean? And that's just the way I built some of them. I need to wait for GDE. Some of them, the other ones, they just might not be good enough. Like trait-wise, down the road we might see trait restrictions for tournaments.
Right.
But,
that feels like the bigger meta as far as what it means to dominate tournaments is really the trait meta, and just having the right set of traits. I mean, whether it be 5-second lives, in a melee match, or some of these ridiculous things that we see, and I understand. I'm not upset that those traits allow you to dominate, because I think that's how it should be, and that makes sense. The thing that just does suck is that there wasn't the forethought to have trait restrictions in place at time of launch. Because to me, I think that's the biggest downfall of the initial release. And it's a great system. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to downplay it. They built something really awesome here, but that one simple omission of not being able to limit by traits just really means that these guys that have these crazy trait monsters are going to dominate, and there's not going to be a format that they can really put out that's going to limit them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest things there is, the people that want to play tournaments competitively, not necessarily, I don't think the same mentality goes that they're like expecting the same high quality rewards. We have obviously any trait goes level 20 or any level for that matter, truly, but like 2 tiers of tournaments, one a trait restricted by maybe advanced or elite and so on, and then your exalteds aren't allowed in that tournament. Lesser rewards or no rewards or no buy, or you know what I mean, it would be no buy-in then. I don't think that's the worst thing, because people just want to play. The problem right now is you can't even post a match and play with somebody. I mean, there's there's the system in place, but there's not just like, hey, I'm bored at 7 o'clock and I want to throw a match, or just queue up into matchmaking, get a match. One of the biggest, I think the most genius suggestions I heard so far, which I'm a big advocate of down the line, is a 2 to 4 hour potential window, EU time during their afternoon, evening, and then a US that kind of coincides for Pacific and Eastern Standard Times. Two different times during a day of 2 to 4 hours where you can just queue up and, match make with other players live. No tournament, just playing random players, you know what I mean? I think that would allow players to just get more variety versus, okay, I waited 4 hours, I waited 2 hours to play in this tournament, and I faced, legends of the game, Feck, so cool, the teams that you just ultimately have no chance unless you have a quality team. There's certain teams that are just outlining themselves as nearly impossible to beat, and that is off-putting for other players that just want to jump in and play. You know what I mean? Rewards aside, bro. Rewards aside, people just want to have a format where they can jump in and play consistently. They don't want to wait 2 hours for a tournament and it's over in 2 minutes because of a certain team comp or teams overall.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I could see challenges there. Like, I can already see this coming up in an AMA question, and Hubert being like, well, it's really complicated because you have teams of all these different levels, and then how do you matchmake them, and whatever, Not trying to mock Hubert or anything. I understand that these are complicated problems, and there's not necessarily an easy solution there, but I agree. Obviously that would be much nicer and much more low stakes if you could just get in, like if it was just an open play period where everyone knows, okay, there's matches going on for these next 2 hours, and it's going to be easy to run a couple. And yeah, because it's fun. Like, I mean, I practice. I'm playing private matches nightly that I'm just finding other jewelers mostly that want to play. So there is the demand out there for people that want to play, not just in tournament settings, but just PvP in general. But it is just very difficult right now if you don't know other members, if you're an outside member or if you're just coming into DFK as a new member, what are you doing? Right? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
you have to be in the channels, in the communication. I mean, the YGG folks, I'm sure they got a channel to be like looking for a DeFi Kingdoms battle type thing. But,
right,
I mean, maybe that's a step down the line, and we're just not there yet. But that matchmaking tool, I think, would just be so much fun because there's so many times where, unfortunately, during the day, I might have a good bit of availability, but somehow miss both tournaments in the day. You know what I mean? And
right,
it's like the practice. Sometimes playing the same team in a scrimmage, you don't get different looks. That's why
right,
teams scrimmage different teams in multiple facets of competitive sports or gameplay. You want to get different looks. And that's sometimes the thing with playing Jewelers. I know we're not the largest guild out there, but sometimes I'm like, damn, I wish I could just queue up and face somebody random. I don't want to go ask, oh cool, hey, can I get smacked around for a few matches?
right,
Me and you have pretty good matches. A lot of our guilds actually have within our guild have pretty good matches, just because
right.
heroes are more even. But it's tough. I just want to play somebody random. I
No, I
might.
get I get killed most of the time. I'm one of the weaker. I mean, I can put up a good fight, especially if like you send me somebody or send me a match and I can specifically counter it. I can make things interesting, but like, yeah, and then it's funny because then sometimes I'll scrimmage people outside our guild, and I'm not going to name any names, but man, sometimes when I do that, I just mop them up. I'm like, oh, this is so much easier.
Yeah.
Like,
And the chat makes a good point. Eric in here as well, Sticks Intern, making comments about the looking for battle role as well. If you're out there playing and you don't know about the Discord role and you do want to play just random matches, people are often in the Discord, and you can tag that role or gain that role yourself in one of the channels, and you will be tagged every
right,
time somebody's looking for a match. They'll post what level you're looking for, and that is nice as well. But there's something about the random matchmaking feel of just getting in there and just playing random teams. I'm sure you could set it up by level or whatever
right,
eventually. But, like,
right.
I don't know. I know that speaks to the glory and honor system somehow, some way. We don't know much about that or yet, but that probably speaks something to that. I think the teams even said it. But I
Yeah,
don't know. Maybe we're being too picky here. But
I think honestly, what they have built is fine. They could set up, I think, smaller tournaments that are more frequent, and then also maybe do a lot more. Well, I don't know about a lot more, but maybe mix up the lower levels a little bit more. I feel like that gives. But the biggest thing is really, and I know I've heard others say this, is having the incentives, which this is kind of switched up with some of the patroller things, but for the dailies, having the incentives for like the 4 to 6 be the same as the 16 to 20 range. It's kind of crazy because then you're incentivizing people the same amount to come to these much simpler, smaller, a little bit more RNG heavy tournaments that you get from the lower levels. So I think it makes sense if they were to maybe reevaluate that. And honestly, the overall reward structure, I feel like could be reevaluated too, where like they can do a lot with these chests. They can make chests where you have like a 5% chance to get an item, and everybody gets a chest that enters the tournament. And now, even if you lose first round, maybe you have 5% chance of getting a cool item. Maybe those items
something.
drop, yeah, and maybe they drop lower level items too. I mean, there's just a lot of different things that they could do here, specifically with the chest, that could make it where there's incentives for everybody, even the people that lose first round. If you get lucky, you might, pull some really sweet item.
Yeah, I think the tough part does always sometimes go back to, unfortunately, right now we're just a tight knit community of but a lot of people are active in the chat, and you see the passion, um, in terms of they want to play, and they're outlining things and sometimes it might become a lot, and maybe the team is swayed so many different directions, or maybe they just have to stay on track to their plans that unfortunately just takes longer for some of the things we're asking or requesting or suggesting. Regardless, players players is one of the biggest things, and I don't know how to get the YGG folks into these tournaments because I know they're playing. I see it
Right.
every day, new ones, more of them, more YGG guild folks just
That's what I'm
enjoying
saying.
the
Like,
game.
man, low level tournaments for them that maybe are even free to play tournaments that like maybe there is no chest reward, or maybe the chest rewards just drop loot that you can find in patrols, something like that. I mean,
Hmm.
I wouldn't imagine they already have the contracts made for the chests and all this or that. I'm sure they could swap in and out of items with minimal effort. Like, I get that anytime that you pivot off of something, especially in software development, there's lots of time lost, within that. But still, if you are able to draw in the YG folks that we are capitalizing on for patrols into these tournaments, and get them more entrenched into DFK, it's only gonna, I would hope, benefit the whole community long term. So
Right on. I think that's one of the biggest things. I love to see all the YGG folks. If we could keep them, though, that would be even better. You know what I mean? A lot of them ask around. A lot of them asking for, assistance in learning new things about the game, which is great. I'm sure they're in their own Discord helping people within the,
right.
I mean, there's so many that I've seen on Twitter. And I think a post is required for some of these challenges or whatever, but regardless, like, they're in there, they're playing. It's not a waste of their time, in their opinion, for one reason or another. So how do we keep them? How do we get them involved in tournaments? So, that would switch up things even more. Being able to see people we haven't played yet. A lot of players we've played now, we're getting familiar with their teams. People are switching stuff up and constantly building new heroes as well. I myself have built a few specific heroes for certain teams to try to level up my teams, make them better. But facing some different gameplays and different game styles would be fun as well with some of these players. So, we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I see you mentioned it as well. Patroller's gear as a reward based on levels. Sticks Intern kind of says the same thing in chat.
Right.
That would be huge, I do think. So, who knows?
Hey, we got a minute till your match. You wanna go over your matchup, any, or you just wanna?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go over my team here. It looks like I have Berserker, Priest, Warrior. He's got
I haven't
Archer.
looked. I just see that you are not the voting favorite here.
Whoa. It is elite, so he is very, very strong player. Archer, Knight, Warrior for him, so a little bit more damage. I have a funky comp actually. Priest, Warrior, Berserker, and I brought the Warrior because he's a cool warrior, but I didn't have him level 5, and I was just like, screw it. So let's see if he's got any cool equipment going on. Sometimes it doesn't look like it wants to show up.
It would be nice if you got him to level 5 for that mythic boost, but hey.
Oh shit! Good point. He's gonna be lacking on stats just a little bit, but he had good HP for his level, so I was like, all right. Explosion on the side of elite, and yeah, we're gonna get in here in a second. We'll keep chatting it up. I won't.
Should be a fun little match here.
Yeah, I won't. Here's the prizes as well if you guys want to look for these smaller. I think the buy-in was only like 50 cents in Jewel, so really cheap buy-ins. Play some games. Maximum 8. We filled it up here at least. That was good. And you know me, T. I'm joining most of these if I'm available, brother.
All right. Yeah, you get them in, bro.
Helping the cause. The win rate might not be too happy, but I don't give a fuck. We're having fun. And let's see. So Elite's got the damn shipping boards, it looks like there, for shields. He's got double. Oh no, he's got one claw, one crab claw, and one dagger. I got the gnarled staff here on the side of this guy.
Damn, that mace, driftwood mace.
And then I got the driftwood mace, the driftwood shillelagh.
Right.
Let's see what we got. Do we go explosion? We'll just basic attack off the rip. See what we can do.
So, as I says earlier, my win rate is atrocious. Bro, I gotta say, I didn't realize until I rewatched it today on the stream that SI didn't bring on 2 of his heroes. It did not bring any weapons, bro.
It was a close match. I remember watching.
I was embarrassed that I struggled that much. I was like, man, I should have just gone out for the kill, but I didn't realize that. And like, he was hitting me with status effects. even though like he wasn't getting any damage. So I was still like, thrown off. Like I was still reacting like, oh god, oh no. And I mean, ultimately, I was a stall comp last night anyway, so it's not like I can't be like, okay, let's rush him whenever my entire strategy is just to play the long game. So
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel, Sticks intern. I've made the mistake at least once or twice of bringing in like a no equipment hero, and like the loss of damage or
it's massive.
the more damage you take if you have no armor or shield, dude, it's massive. Right on. So I try to prevent that. I triple check now.
Right. I think I did it one time. But yeah, he said he was rushed. You're getting in, making sure that we, had the tournament to make so we could stream it. So respect. I respect you giving that sacrifice and letting that tournament make, because we only had 8.
Yeah,
so
that's the best feeling when you're the last one. You're very loved. And yeah, one thing I'll say as well, dude, Sticks intern, if you want to catch some of these gameplays, and maybe you haven't been able to catch them live, go check the replays, because the dude plays them, he streams them, and he goes in depth. So I love to watch those. Definitely check it out if you haven't been able to catch any of them live. You can watch the recaps. But we do have another tournament. I'll show it after this one. Oh shit, I'm up. I'm thinking I'm.
Oh yeah, don't turtle. Oh, you turtle yourself.
I'm thinking I'm commentating.
And then you miss, and then you miss.
I'm gonna go explosion, see if I can't sneak this dude in the middle somehow. But yeah, I think we have another just regular daily skirmish tonight as well. It's a later one. If anyone is looking to play tonight, you'll have that to look forward to. So, damn, Elite's smacking me around here. I do have the priest, which is good, but we need some of these hits to hit.
Well, those turtles, I gotta complain a little bit about the turtles because it's bogus. Like I'm playing in a couple tournaments this week and a little bit more turtle action in. There's times where the shot clock comes to you and you're already turtled on that. Like you can't.
Yep.
Like you can't do anything about it. There's so many status effects that have to resolve, but the shot clock does not care about that. It's not great.
Yeah, some of the channels, I believe, cause some issues with timing, and you come up and your turn's already over, or
right.
That's tough to see, dude. That's tough to take on. That was a big crit from that warrior. I wish he had that extra level. He's only level 4.
This guy keeps missing.
I need to get zerked here though, so you can start smacking him in the middle, maybe.
Right.
But yeah, dude. What were we just talking about before that?
The turtles. The turtles.
The damn turtles, dude. I've had that happen multiple times. With that, you're up and you have 2 seconds. Me, myself, though, I'll admit it. I'm also just slow, dude. Sometimes I take too long reviewing every damn option. And
right. Well, sometimes I want to see the stat, like the time bar update, but then it's not even worth it half the time because it takes like too long. It's tough, honestly. Like, I think I had at one point a stack of 10+% damage on me last night, and it almost cost me.
I remember.
Right, versus you. And I was like, damn, bro, I wasn't even like, I was paying attention. I wasn't even watching a basketball game or doing any kind of multitasking that I normally would do when I'm playing just a private match. I was locked in.
Yeah, dude, that's what I didn't understand, because usually you're very on the ball when it comes to playing, and I was watching pretty closely myself. I wasn't streaming or recording, so I couldn't tell for sure and watch the replay. But like some of them, I was like, how is he getting hit? I'm not gonna lie, I was like,
right, you aren't complaining.
It is what it is. But you still bested me, so kudos to you there. But yeah, I was wondering, like, I think something's off. A lot of the times I haven't been recording, so I haven't been able to check.
Yeah, I think when you're using a seer, and you were using, correct me if I'm wrong, 1 or 2 channel archers last night.
Oh, usually my archer builds have been channel lately, but
so I think the channel seer, channel archers, and then delayed status effects and all those things, man, it just adds up. I mean, it's a complex game, and there's a lot going on, and the timing isn't ideal right now.
Yeah, something's definitely there in regard to the channels. I do believe. I think you're right there. Worm says it might be a little bit better at 5 seconds bringing the atrophy, so you get 25 seconds. I would definitely be a fan of that.
Well, and there's times where like I was firing it off with like 13 seconds left, and I think I was still getting hit. Like, whenever I hit confirm, and there's just a little bit of delay. So yeah, I mean, 5 seconds might be the move. Like originally, I was thinking, okay, that 20 seconds is kind of perfect, but now that I'm playing it, it doesn't feel great.
Yeah. So I think SI's onto it here. He mentions like I might have to switch here. This guy's getting mighty low. We'll do that first. Ooh, I'm the blind one, huh? Damn it.
You focus a little bit.
I thought it was my front line. I think I almost was gonna put the blinding potion on my front line, but we did swap. Yeah. So SI mentions like, say 2 of these guys were channeling, and then it was my turn after the 2 archers. So I think the game engine, right when before the first archer gets to go, I think the game engine starts thinking it's my turn already. So then we have to watch the graphic, whether there's bleeds, the channels. I think that's what's going on.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right, because you kind of see that same thing with the ending screen, like popping up sometimes, like especially if you kill someone on a channel, like it'll pop. And I know that they tried to fix that or improve that a little bit. But yeah, that makes sense because the API, the backend knows that this move is coming no matter what.
And it knows the other one is technically like it thinks like you're not even going because you don't have to go. So it probably recognizes it. You know what I mean? I'm guessing that's what's going on there. Whatever SI just said, it like kind of guided me there. So.
Right, doubling up. No, yeah, you're onto something there. So
he mentioned. So this is like the whole list of it. Probably delayed effects, channels. You got to think your bleeds, your status effects, and then delays and channels. Those I already said those, but yeah, that's probably it. But
because the one that I was mentioning where it was like my turn and I was like going to click it and I looked up at the clock and I was literally like, I knew what move I was going to make. I don't remember what happened before, but I bet you it was channels from you coming into my turn. And I was literally like, okay, move. And I looked up to see how much time I could waste because I was stall comp. So I was like, okay, how much time could I waste? And I was like, oh my God, 5 seconds already? Like, go. So yeah.
I had a few of those shockers. Were you running any channels or I think you had an explosion. Didn't you hit me for a big explosion?
I had explosion on my knight. I technically brought that tier 5 channel move on the berserker. I didn't run it against you. I did in the finals and it totally let me down. and then of course you got a bunch of channels on the seer.
Okay. So yeah, I think it went both ways on us because I remember a turn, at least one, where I was like, damn it, how do I have 5 seconds, dude? I'm looking at the screen. So, that's just one of the small things, though, but the team is very quick to knock out a lot of those bugs, so we'll see what goes on there.
This is looking not so great for you right now, man.
Yeah, if I can get a heal off, though, I think I can outlast him through sudden death. But I'm running out of mana, and he's doing a lot of damage. I thought I could go past without popping a potion. Looks like we're going to suffer for that. Oh, he gets the kill. We'll see if we can outlive him through sudden death, though. But, are you kidding me? I didn't take any mana potions. What a fail. I'm going to have to go.
That catches you, man. The potion loadout is a clutch part of the game, having the right potions.
I went 4 smoke bombs. Unreal meta right here, baby. There was one smoke bomb I used recently where none of it was effective. I was going into like double channeled archers, try to pop it. That's just RNG, baby. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. I feel like I always got the worst luck. And dude, I'm telling you, so you talk about earlier in the stream wanting to face different people, different things. I do not want to see Code Green in the tournament against me ever. He's like, at this point, he's got my number, bro. And then the very first tournament, the very first tournament, the one that I entered, round 1, Code Green, that's when my internet went out. So who knows what could have happened there, but
it's been bad juju ever since.
But bad juju ever since, exactly. And then there's been a couple other times where we face each other, and he's like, there's one time where he cooked me. Last night, dude, I had him, and then out of nowhere, his berserker just pulls out the luckiest hit, takes out my seer, and then my berserker lets me down. Like I said, I did the channel move, double miss on him.
Oh, ouch.
He got a wild frenzy combo right after that. I got another miss from my berserker. I was just like, it was like his Zerker decided to luck up and mine decided to just shit the bed. So, but yeah, Code Green at this point, and great dude. I every time, you know, we're always friendly in the chat, but he's got my number.
Some rivalries brewing, definitely. So Worm makes a great point. He kind of wants a few more loadouts. I would definitely be a fan of more loadouts, just mainly because I often, you know, error right here. If I would have had a mana potion, this game looks a little different. A lot different, actually, because I'm running out of healing, and we're donezo on 2v3. I think I might have stood a chance if I had 1 or 2 mana potions going into sudden death. But regardless, tournament gameplay overall, bro, it's been so much fun. Just wish we had more consistent or just more players flowing in here so we could fill all these tournaments, because I do hear a lot of disappointed sentiment sometimes in the community after, you know, people are looking forward to the tournament and it just can't fill, it doesn't fill. Shout out to the team for the few times that they kind of threw a tournament together right after that, just so those players could play. T-Heat, I lost you momentarily. Let me get you back.
Let's say, I don't
good.
know.
There we go. There we go. How are you?
Boom. I'm good. Let me see. Can I throw up any emojis right now? No, my internet doesn't work. There we go. There we go. There we go.
I do want to do a soft shill here for the AVAX ecosystem, because I do think AVAX is cooking. I am going to do a DeFi Kingdom stream on Arena, not gated by tokens or anything in the near future. But it would be a blessing. When I do it, I can't multi-stream. I can't I tried. Wouldn't let me. I can't do YouTube and the arena. So when I do that, I'm gonna tweet it. I'm gonna let the community know. It'd be a blessing if you guys could show up. T-Heat. We'll see if it's a Thursday stream or what we plan on doing. But I'm gonna play DeFi Kingdoms here and there. If I do off the grid, it'll just be announced on my Twitter. That'll probably be solo. But I want to do a DeFi Kingdom stream, showcase it to the AVAX boys, because a lot of them are very supportive over there overall. Congrats to Elite as well for besting me there. That was well played. Very well played. Looks like he's going to have a finals match. Maybe we'll show it real quick before we head out of here. But yeah, I'm going to be doing some stuff on the arena. Unfortunately, I can't do that multi-stream, so it'll be limited to the arena only. You don't need a ticket. You don't need to buy a ticket for my account. I'm not going to gate it. Maybe if we do something special down the line, maybe we'll do something like that for some giveaways or some stuff. But the tournament we're going to do to showcase the new DeFi Kingdoms tournaments or gameplay overall, PvP, not going to gate it. So I'll keep you guys posted when we do that. But the new arena streaming is pretty sick. So, all right, let's see who Elite has to play. Kava versus, I think, Panga.
It's going on right now. I'm watching it
Hold up.
locally here, and it's okay, I guess I could share screen. I can do that.
Yeah, if you do that, I'll pull you up just because.
So yeah, it's always delayed whenever you're loading in. Oh. Yeah, we're at sudden death here, obviously, because yours hit sudden death. They happen at the same time, but we got a full 3v3 still going and good health. So
nice.
Could be a long one here.
Up here, so let's see what's going on.
How many let me see, where are they at with all these? See, only 1%, 4%. Okay. And so there was while we're watching this a little bit, there was, I guess, a couple things from the AMA today. I know you said you didn't get to pay that close attention to it, but there was a question about priorities as there tends to be. And I believe, man, of course, now I'm going to struggle to recall. It was in no particular order, specifically said no particular order, but the very, very next things to come are going to be a new class, Divine Essence.
Divine Essence.
I hope, bro. I just had a nasty wizard.
Oh, yeah.
I just had a great wizard summon, so.
That'll definitely be shown in a few of the early tournaments once Wizard's out, for sure, so.
Oh,
Divine
yeah.
Essence and what else, brother? Sorry to cut you.
And then the third thing, Divine Essence. It wasn't durability specifically was going to come a little bit later, not durability. What's the? Oh, I'm going to forget it, man. Like I said, the second I brought it up, I was like, damn it. I was doing grocery shopping while I was listening to the AMA.
You know what I feel like right now? Usually, I'm pretty up to date. At least get a slight rewatch. I'm feeling like in school when you didn't read the book and you get called on for the
Oh,
book
dude,
report, bro. Because I
that
can't
was
help.
always
I
me.
can't help you here, brother. I
Nah,
can't
you're
help
good. You're good. It wasn't. Well, I know that there are balance changes coming too. Maybe that was it. Maybe SI can bail me out here in the chat. I know or Sir Warren. There was one more thing, and now of course I'm blanking on it. But the thing that got me most excited really was let's get that new class going.
Yes,
It's been a
sir.
minute. I know we've talked about it before. Whatever that new class is, wizard, pirate, thief, any of them, don't care. Give me something new. Maybe shake up the meta a little bit. That'd be fantastic.
Indeed, because and this is one of the quickest responses from the devs to you know, PvP issues, if you will, is just wait till the meta changes. Wait till we get more classes and those. You know, I'm interested to see. I still think some of the top heroes are going to be able to dominate because some of these comps are just insane. But somebody with really good wizards coming in here who maybe, or any class for that matter, whatever comes out, if it's pirate next, if it's thief next, I don't know. But if you have some mythic monsters waiting in the wings with, you know, those traits, bro, you could easily start jumping in these tournaments and going crazy. And swing the tide of things and start winning them.
Hey, that'd be fun, man. I would love to see just, you know, a new class comes out, and a new wave of gameplay. And it'd be exciting if every time they released a class, it did, you know, that to some degree. But we'll see, because to your point, I mean, like we've already seen kind of archers rule the world a little bit. Priests obviously were having their heyday until the recent nerf. So if somebody can dethrone these, we would love to see it, but it might not happen. We don't know.
Hey, that's the best part about it, though. When you start, you know, singling out, if you will, I don't know if that's the best phrase, but showcasing and, you know, having this light shined on the best of the best, bro. When it's consistent, when it's done consistently often, you know, these players are showcased, and, you know, kudos to them for building proper quality ass heroes, you know. Kudos to them for dominating, you know, the Fexes, the Okuls, the Evils, the Espers. Bert for winning the first one. Crypto Dream, Crypto Pierre. And I might be leaving a few out. Franz has been dominating. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. But, you know, we got a lot of players here that just want to play, so I think that's really good. We got a good balance so far of, you know, very, very. I think some people in the chat made a good point of it, like 4 tiers of players. You got your hardcore competitive. You got your, like, semi-core competitive, I guess. You got your very casual, and then you got your almost, like, botted type people. You know what I mean? They're kind of just like on cruise control, if you will. Kind of, and give or take, you might have 5 tiers, you might have 4 tiers, you might have 3 tiers of players. Regardless, I'm liking the way the ecosystem's shaking out. I just hope for more consistency, more players getting in here, and more fun to be had. So we'll see.
Looks like Kit Copper's gonna pull this out.
Yeah, what a match this was down the stretch, dude.
Right.
Just talking over it, but sudden death finishes him. Yes, sir. GG Copper. GG Pansa. I think that's Panga on an ult. I could be wrong. Pansa. Either way. Well done. Well done. Top 4 for ya. Let me get my rewards so I can vote on this last match. What do we got here? Nah, I get 25 cents back, baby.
Oh,
Basically
hey-o.
my buy-in. And
love
a
that.
Patroller's Qualifier token, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Who are we voting for? I like Level Up. I like Elite's team here, which is Level Up. Might vote on him.
I'm gonna go him.
Pansa is Panga Panga. Nice.
You know, man, trait restrictions would be a game changer. And it sounds like, I think you were saying that, or maybe Jerem was, somebody was saying in the chat that it sounds like that's maybe being worked on. You know, rumblings. I'm hearing rumblings that, but I do know, you know, Hubert did say it would be a major rework. So That is what it is. We'll see it when we see it. It's kind of one of those things. Like today, they did talk a little bit about like hunt rewards and maybe changing them. And Hubert mentioned that the long awaited rework of hunt rewards and how that might change people's opinions on that and how that is still coming at some point. I feel like this is going to be one of those same things where it's going to be a while where it'd be like, oh, I thought we were going to get trait restrictions, and it's just. Yeah, keep waiting.
Hey, more things to look forward to.
True.
But
trade restrictions. I will say this: I'm certain that was not number 3 of whatever I'm forgetting. Number 3 was. I'm certain that was not it.
Damn.
Definitely not. I would remember that.
I don't remember. Like I kept coming in and out. Like I had it on the whole time. I was actually home. I was just distracted with some work stuff. But yeah, regardless, Eric says he's gonna be on the DFK seniors tour with Serverworm. I love it.
Hey, I'm right there with y'all, man, or whatever we want to call it. I'm in.
I'm feeling that way too. The casual fun, but let's get some fun games going. Regardless, let's see what else is going on. I don't know much else. We'll showcase this last game here in a second, so get your votes in. Close it out that way. 2 minutes and 25 seconds, but yeah, dude, I've been slowly building up some traits on the back end, hoping to make some monsters. Hard part about it is if you're just going with some like regular common summons, or it's hard to just throw an expensive stone on it every time. And when you hit that mythic, damn, does it suck if you only have a lesser. I mean, it's still better than no stone. Don't get me wrong, but you almost wish. I wish I would just sometimes just regular stone or up greater stone everything. But if it's pricey if you're summoning a lot.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I couldn't do it myself personally, but yeah, I mean on that mythic wizard I pulled yesterday, double exhaust. I would love that if it was. I put a lesser fortune stone on it. It'd be great if that was nice. Even. It'll be all right. I mean, but it'd be nicer if it was regular swiftness.
Yeah.
Give me a little speed.
You've seen, let's go check actually, but you've seen it in Crystal Vale, I do believe. The price of Swifty stones and such definitely up Swifty crystals as well. Reflected in the meta is I don't think we have a lot of supply over here actually. Let's see. All right.
I know that those atonement crystals went crazy.
Yeah, that is outrageous. I don't even think they're over here. The atonements, they're not actually.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
On Metis.
Crystal Vale just real quick. I'm curious. In Swiftness Stone and Greater Swiftness Crystal. Because none are available over there. So lesser atonements have fallen a little bit, 150 for the cheapest. I remember them being at 400 at a point. Regular atonement crystals at 1,500 jewels. Insanity. Definitely one of the best items in the game, though, for that flat HP, flat MP boost.
Right.
And then greater atonements at 120 roughly. Not bad.
Yeah.
Damn. But interesting stuff. The economy is, it's there. Whatever you want to make of that. Swiftness. Greater Swiftness crystal at 26 jewel a pop. Greater Swiftness stone at 170 jewel. Is that like $10? I think that's not bad. And then regular Swiftness stone at about 31. So, I was showing that, but we had the matchup, so doesn't matter.
Yeah, it turns out we were on my screen the whole time. I was thinking about telling you that, but I was like, you know what? Just read me off the amounts here. We're about to get this match going.
Yes.
Let's see. So the interesting thing, and I think we talked about this a little bit last week. We mentioned it, but maybe we didn't go in depth. We could talk about it a little more here. Is these championship fights having an extra 10 minutes on the sudden death timer? And, I thought last night in my championship fight against Code Green, we weren't going to get there. We got there. We made it to tomatoes, which is saying something, man. So it is possible still to get to the tomatoes in this 20 minutes. But if you're playing a team, I don't think we're going to see it here because you don't have a healer from elite side. So no chance.
Yeah, it'd be a crazy game if we do get there, but Copper definitely has the advantage, I think, But like you said, T, it's a long stretch to get to that late game if you're playing for Tomatoes in the finals. That is with that boost. So
Has that affected how you bring teams in? Do you stay away from stall comps more since the change, or?
now I haven't tried them since, mainly just because. I wonder if there's. I guess the 10 seconds does kind of hurt it a lot, so I think that's the main reason I haven't tried it, but I don't think it's dead. I definitely think you could kind of stall and still play for Tomatoes. I also don't think I have the greatest stall heroes at certain tiers, so to me it's like, I almost would rather play it legit and try to do, do damage, try to kill. It's not to say stall comps can't do damage. I've seen some, hey, get that first kill, 2v3 and they're up, and it's GG from there, so...
Right.
I have been playing a good bit of Attack Priest, DPS Priest. That's fun. Been working on double Priest comps to see if we could play it with the healer in there. That Holy Circle nerf, bro, sucks ass.
Yeah.
I hate it, dude, because I need that.
Shift.
I need that circle, dude.
Big shift.
Can the enemy just get the initiative debuff and then I'm like chilling, or like what's going on there? That would be nice, but no. I like the Priest nerfs overall. I think it's fair. I think it was needed. I think it did its job, or its purpose of what they were intending, honestly.
Talking about the stalls comp and kind of the shift of the meta a little bit away from that, where that was really heavy initially with Tomatoes and everything. It's interesting because last night, and I don't play in nearly as many tournaments as you do or some others do. So tell me if you've seen this before, but to my knowledge, last night, I mean, I'm facing Oracle Seer. Code Green was running that. I feel like that's the first time, or one of the few times, that somebody's actually brought the no damage build Seer into a tournament.
Yeah, I mean, unless it was done and not really talked about. Sometimes I don't check each and every hero, but usually I'll check Gen Chat and just see what people.
Well, it's hard to tell. You have to actually watch.
Right.
You can't tell pre-fight what traits they're building.
But usually, like, if it's somebody that's I mean, most people would be like, yo, bro, that was unique way to beat me with that Oracle Seer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just say something in Gen Chat. I haven't seen it yet, so that might be the first, bro. It's insane.
Right. It was effective, man. It was crazy. like I said, it got him to the point, and I thought I had him too, because he ran out of mana on his Seer, and he could have popped Mana Potion, but he just decided to move the Seer to the front and use it like a human shield. He was basic attacking, doing 0 damage, and that's whenever I was like, okay, I got him right here. And then he pulled it out, like I said earlier.
Nope.
So, right, nope. RNG said, joke's on you, buddy.
It was well played by him, but it's crazy how these matches can swing, truly. Didn't even notice, though. I was watching that whole match. I wasn't watching the SI commentary at the end, though. I was watching a little bit earlier. But I didn't even notice it was an Oracle, to be honest. So that just goes to show how much I was paying. I was like truly spectating, I guess.
I mean, you don't necessarily notice it because if he's healing, people heal with Seers all the time, anyways. But I kind of noticed right off the bat because his Seer had the first move, like that speed boost he got was crazy. In the first move, like way out in front of me, and I was like, "What the hell?" And I pulled it up. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Like, how am I going to combat this? Turns out, not very well.
Very, very interesting. I'm loving Copper's team here. He's got a heal on every single hero, in addition to his Priest heal. And at these low levels, dude, heal is so big, because if you don't have... Lost T momentarily. We'll bring him back up when he gets here. You don't have the luxury of big burst. I mean, you saw that. That was like 55 damage. It's like a 1/6, roughly, of this guy's damage. A 5th, rather, for this specific archer. Top HP hero, it's about a 7th. And that's the most damage this comp can probably do, minus abilities, traits, if you will. So, and sometimes those... I mean, always, actually. Those are always 1 use per game, so... Unless you got double, actually, so sometimes twice.
Right.
T-Heat, you're back now. What's good?
Bro, I don't know why that's kind of been happening in the past couple times you stream, but interestingly enough, I don't think it dropped my screen once, even though it dropped my video. So, Streamlabs, at least keeping the game going, even if it's not keeping me going.
Hey, we love it. We love
It
it.
knows what's clutch. It knows what's like necessary, and it's like, all right, this guy, he's you know nice to have, but not mandatory.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. So now Copper's got nothing to do, really. He's not wasting those heals. Smart move, and he's just basic attacking with the priest at this point. So I'm gonna go shopping, I think, for one of these because those look fun, and I want to use it. My level 6 team, though, dude, I got a res priest that I'm super upset about. It leveled up to only 220 HP at level 6, bro. Look at some of these heroes. This is level 5 gated. Everyone in this lobby has more HP than it, bro.
Oof.
It's a res. Oh, my God.
You got to just take that to 10 or something.
I might, but I was like, it's already so low. Is it fucked? Is this thing... Like, it needs GDE. It needs the essence, brother.
Right. I mean, sometimes you can catch back up, but yeah, if you're off to a bad...
Oh, we lost him. Yeah, if you're off to a bad start, something. We'll get it from him when he's back. HP rugs on Exalted Heroes. Oh my God. I mean, that's another great point, SI, because a lot of people are probably that's the only res hero that I know. Well, maybe one other, or Exalted hero rather. There's at least 2 Exalted heroes that I know I'm in a GDE. I know I'm in a reroll, go back to level 1, level them up again. So like you're saying, Sticks, intern, bro, when people come back with those heroes, or when GDE comes out and they have those heroes, the top King of the Hill could very well change then as well.
Right.
You've returned.
Oh man, just getting dropped left and right, bro. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, and I know that some of the top dogs out here that are currently eating have expressed concern that it's gonna, when Divine Essence and rerolls and everything happens, it's gonna shake things up a lot. Fine by me, whatever, man. I don't care. I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah, right, dude. Definitely kudos again to the top dogs, but me myself, I'm kind of finding my place, bro. I'm realizing, hey, unless I'm gonna spend a pretty penny,
right?
I'm gonna chill with my heroes that I've built, that I've known to love. There's some quality in there. Don't get me wrong, but unfortunately, certain levels, hey, I just can't compete with it. But it's still fun. I'm there for the love of the game, and Copper's still looking good here. He's got heals coming out. DFK Elite is slowly dwindling, but he's still trying to pressure and get a kill here, open up a window. But tight match still.
Yeah, it's always interesting to me in these situations, like, is it going to favor the heal team, especially low levels? But looks like having the heal right now is winning out because K Copper's up here almost full health, and we got Elite popping health vials, so that's not where you want to be.
Yeah, it looks like Copper still has full stone value, 11 stone. And you also wonder, like what you're saying, can you do more damage? You have 3 damage dealers versus 2 and a healer. So the idea is, can Elite do more damage than is healed every round? That gets difficult when you have that patroller item. What is this again? What is this thing called? The Corrupted Staff?
Corrupted Staff.
With that healing potency increase? I mean, that...
Oh, I think I had it backwards, actually. I think it's actually a decrease. I think Soram corrected me, and I was backwards. Which is tripped me out, because I swear...
It is a decrease, damn. You increase magical damage, but damn,
I swear I read that backwards, man. I wouldn't have actually bought 2. No, I regret that. No, I'm just kidding. They look sweet.
I'll buy one off you.
Bro, they're like 10 jewel, so like whatever.
Oh,
what is that,
money.
50 cents? Like,
yeah, easy.
Whatever. I don't regret that purchase.
Are you competing in the late night one? It's kind of late for us East Coasters. I think it's like 11 p.m. tonight. It's 4 to 6.
Maybe, man. I built up some teams for 4 to 6, and then I entered one. Like, I have a pretty sweet Giant Slayer, rare Giant Slayer stun archer, and then I have like a pretty sweet warrior. I thought I would have a team. I entered one of those tournaments. I got just mowed down. I think it was France that just wiped the floor with me, bro. It was not even fun. It was like a 3-minute match at most.
Yeah, dude.
So. Yeah, I was like, it kind of put me. I was like, maybe I don't need to do these.
France has an insane few heroes amongst his wallet. He's got one hero that scarred me. Is 1700 HP, whatever the hell it is. It's some sort of tank class. It's got to be 20 because that's the only thing that makes sense for that much HP. That thing is a truck, bro. You can't
Bro.
even touch that thing. It's like a wall.
17. That's yeah.
That's
That's when
nuts.
you just walk away. You're like, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Like, you got this one.
Right on. Let's see here. What else we got?
Oh, we got a channel coming from. I haven't been paying attention here. What's
That
this
was
channel? Oh, a little explosion. Yes.
Crit here could change the game. Let's see what we got. Piercing shot, miss. It looked like.
Yeah, this could be big here, man. Because especially, well, I guess these aren't. Did they? And you might not know the answer to this. On the daggers, the original release, because you could buy the lower level ones. Could you buy for like the first couple days a 1.5 crit, like level 3 and level 6? Like, do those exist?
I don't. I think it's only the flat ones for all the gold vendor items. I'm 90% sure. 95% sure.
Well, I'm saying like when they did the airdrop, like people have those daggers that then they immediately pretty much like the 1.5 crit daggers, You know what
I
I'm talking
didn't
about?
even know there was 1.5. Are you talking about these ones? The one this guy's holding? The middle?
No,
I
I'm
don't know
talking
which
about.
ones you're talking
Well, I can show you in a second, but there was like it was literally like 3 days, and then they patched it, and they
Ooh. So
where
you're
there was
saying there's gold items that had an increased crit chance?
yeah, exactly.
I didn't
That
know
had
that.
1.5. Well, no, I don't think it was increased. I'll show you what it was. It's not.
Okay.
It's increased damage when you crit.
Oh, okay.
Right. So then you get the crit, and then it's a 1.5 crit, so it's an even more powerful crit, and it's
Damn.
right. And so and then it was like, dude, it was like less than a week. They did the airdrop, and they're like, we're gonna change how the dagger works. But the thing that I don't know, because when they released those, when they did the airdrop, and then they released the gold vendor, they had immediately the level 3 and level 6 items there as well as the 10. And I gotta think that there was some. I didn't buy any daggers initially, but I gotta think somebody probably snagged a couple low level daggers that probably have the same 1.5 multiplier, and this
Yeah.
is not one of them. But yeah,
A percent, much less, but the multiplier, I see what you're saying, because it's just like that flat increase or whatever.
right.
1.5, that's pretty large, so.
Because
Damn,
I'm telling you,
I
when you
didn't even know
whirlwind, if you like triple quit that dude, because Germ has those whirlwind warriors he built specifically for it, and when he gets triple crit off of that, it's like good game, bro. It's like you're done.
Unreal, dude. Unreal. We'll have to look into that, because those would probably be some high commodity items if
Yeah.
they exist still, so. Damn, bro. All right,
Yeah, that's what I'm
so
saying. Wish I would have bought some if they were a thing. I wish in those first couple of days.
I still might look to for these low-level bouts if you got a few stragglers on the market at 1.5.
Right.
Damn, looks like we could get some killing blows here soon. Mana potion had to come out, the first one from Copper on his priest. 28 HP
Yeah.
left on that archer, and I don't think Elite has many more potions left. Nope, he's doing damage, so he's probably got no more heals. We're at 28 HP for Elite, and Copper's just healing all around the circle.
Right. Right. It's tough in these because especially here, man, you just have the single heal. You can only heal one person at a time. But again, they can only deal damage to one person at a time too. So it's like, you don't get the crazy rapid shots that are hitting you, doing a lot of damage to all three people. So totally different fight.
For sure. Looks like Worm says there are some for sale for about 99 jewel.
See, I knew they were out there, man. I knew they were out there.
Damn, big misses. We might see sudden death here, T. I didn't think we were going to make it with these comps, to be honest.
That's crazy. So they're taking cheap gold items and selling them for 100 plus jewel. Sorry. I just had to realize that.
Yeah, that's outrageous, actually. But, hey, economy's doing economy things, I guess.
All right.
Piercing shot.
Oh, big miss.
Damn.
Yeah, you probably could have got him on a basic there. It would have been close at least.
What a little increase in the accuracy, too, right?
Womp, womp, womp.
Multi-shot.
Oh, yeah. Mellofellow says he's got a couple of the level 3 and level 6 daggers, man. These smart guys grabbing the stuff before they got wiped. And wish I Wish I would have done the same, because I definitely bought some initial, like right off the rip. I just was like, I'm gonna buy some of this before it pumps, and I didn't buy any daggers because I don't know. I didn't think I needed them. Turns out I did.
Yeah, well, the dagger gameplay wasn't really like in meta yet, if you will. There was a lot of gore blade action. Nobody was really playing low level stuff. So
Right. Damn. Speak of the dagger right there. Got a big crit. Okay.
And now we got a ball game, but we do have healing potions and a base trait heal
Right.
active for Copper. So I think he's still somewhat safe. He needs this archer to hit a damn shot though next turn. We'll see. Atrophy just on the side of Copper at 2%. It's big T.
Okay, piercing shot is only 7, so you can do. There he goes. First kill on the board.
First one down. Elite down 2-3. Can he clutch out a frontline kill though? Probably seeing a priest go mana potion here. Or does she fear death and have to waste a healing potion up front? Mana potion it is.
Stick to the game plan.
A crit could be big T. We'll see if the
It could.
daggers do some work.
No.
Sick. Nope. Probably not doing it. 100 damage to do. Can the claw do it? 32.
What are we saving here? Oh. Didn't even bring Mighty Strike.
Nope. And there, yeah, he's got shield up, doesn't
Yep.
he? Damn.
Yep.
So
Man.
that'll probably do it. 2v3,
Yeah.
and the heals are gonna be coming endlessly, it feels like. So sudden death's in 4 minutes. I don't think we'll actually see it. If you had the I guess over or under on 25 minutes for game time here, you're gonna want the under, because I think we're gonna finish it off just before sudden death.
It might be close, but yeah, I think we're going to get him, especially the Zerker's ramping up damage a bit here. We're doing work. But yeah, Copper, good game plan, man. The Zerkers at the low level are extra nice, man, because they deal a good amount of damage, and you don't ever have to worry about running out of moves.
True. Yeah,
And we're sitting here.
That mana bar, it's untouched, especially at this level.
Well, yeah, you don't even have a move to make. It's two passives.
8 damage, Jesus. We might actually see sudden death here, folks.
We could, because
38.
archers do nothing.
We know that was 8 damage. What the hell? That was the other hero who did 38. Okay, we're in for it. Basic attack, but that Zerker 50 base damage at this level. That's a nice bit of the HP bar.
Yeah, but I think we're out of potions for elite. So
Looks like it. And we
that's just
still got
kinda-
a few more on the side. Copper.
right.
Looks like my dog joined into the stream there momentarily.
Big miss,
Welcome.
man. Big miss on the gladiator strike.
Swap spots.
That's smart too, because who cares about dealing 10 damage with your archer?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, shield up.
Oh, keep the bigger damage alive. Nice.
Right.
Motion, Copper. Well played. Seeing well down the line there in the game. Atrophy,
Right.
nothing doing really there. It's not really going to make that big of a difference. Doesn't seem.
I'm impressed that Elite has made the entire match without catching a single turtle.
Yeah, I think you would see. Oh yeah, that too. I was just gonna say kept his heroes alive for so long. Honestly, with no healer, pretty impressive. And you would have seen tomatoes already as well if this was a non-finals match.
Hey, I just reading up here in the chat, Mellow Fellow's offering a little giveaway of those daggers. Might take him up on that. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yeah, should we? Why don't we announce the giveaway ahead of time so we can see if we can get some of the YGG folks in the stream? But we'll do it. We'll do it next show, or if I might do depending on one of these tournaments, I might do a stream this weekend. So I'm open to it. Let's give them away. If you want to give some away tonight specifically too, let me know. We'll do.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Whatever you
yeah,
feel on.
that's a nice offer. Very, very generous.
Sure, appreciate that, mellow fella.
Yes, sir. Yeah, let's make it a thing. Trying to get some YGG folks in here. Like we were saying earlier, we're trying to get them involved, get them invested, get them to stick around. So
Nothing better than some free items. That's for damn sure. If you're new to a community and you know the people are good, which we always are as the DeFi Kingdoms community, we're always you know,
Facts.
very, very giving and gracious and helpful is one of the biggest things, I think. So, but yeah, dude, if we could hook up a few of them. I know Skiller's done a few amazing giveaways. I think, damn it, who am I thinking of on Twitter? I always see doing giveaways. The name's blanking me right now, but a lot of DFK folks just doing a lot of giveaways lately, especially giving back to those YGG folks. So much love, Mello. Yeah, we'll save it because we're a little over time tonight, and I want to show this match. We'll save it for the next show, either this weekend or next Thursday, and we'll plan it out. I'll make a tweet. I'll shout you out as well. Just DM me or T-Heat. We'll get that going for sure. Nice hits from the Zerk. 44 seconds, T. If you're a gambling man, this is big-time stuff right here.
I think we're going to get tomatoes. I think we're going to get a little death by tomatoes.
1 HP. I think I agree. Wow. Basic attack. 29 seconds.
At this point, just throw in the towel, bro. You're done.
I got 50 bucks on the under. Come on, hurry. Let's go.
Move, right? Oh, we're not even taking the short kill here.
He might be setting it up for. Oh no, he's switching. From,
that was crazy though. Why wouldn't you take out the short kill and then you can do a big damage? Whatever.
Yeah. Misplay by Copper as he's about to claim the trophy.
Yeah. Big misplay.
Well played, Copper, for sure, dude. Team is solid, and you're making me want to get a damn corrupted staff. So. Well done on multiple levels.
They just look cool, bro. I don't care about anything else. The visuals, what it's all about.
Sweet. Yeah, that's very true. Sudden death is active. My under bet has lost, folks, with Beavers books. If you want to get your DeFi Kingdoms bets in, hit up B. Don't tell them we sent you either.
Right.
Nobody knows. So basic attack, and this
no
will
referral code.
Do it. No referral code needed. Basic attack.
Boom.
Boom.
There it is. Okay,
GG.
Copper.
We're a little bit over, so we're going to close it out right there. Congratulations, Copper. Well done. Well played, DFK Elite as well. Tournament in like 2 hours, so if you want to check it out, it's 4 to 6. Rare under. Yeah, much fun. Much love for everybody showing up. We'll be back next week. T-Heat, any final thoughts?
No, sir. Sun is out.
Love it. For T-Heat, my name's Mega. This is the Jewelers Crypto Guild. This is DeFi Kingdoms, baby. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.